Brave might not be the first word you think of when you talk about parenting, but we need it more than ever these days. I'm here with popular blogger, author, and someone I'm proud to call friend, Rachel Marie Martin. Welcome to the Sami Cone Show.
Super excited to be here today.
Well, you know, you have had some insanely popular posts over at findingjoy.net. Why do you think your writing strikes such a chord with readers?
You know, I think everybody has like a superpower, call it that.
Yeah.
And one of mine that I've started to own is this idea that what we're thinking and feeling, I can translate into words. So then when another mom or somebody else reads it, they're like, oh my goodness, you were in my head. And I really believe the reason it becomes popular is because then it's a little bit less feeling alone. And it's so easy to feel alone. And so that superpower is basically writing about the good days and the bad days and the great days and the normal days and now the really crazy days of motherhood.
I love The Brave Art of Motherhood is your book. You talk about finding your superpower. I could stop the interview after what you just said. I mean, owning it. Why do we have such a hard time owning our strengths as women especially?
I actually believe we're kind of taught that. Be humble, don't celebrate it too much. But honestly, one of the things I want my kids to know and my readers to know is it's great to own your strengths because we all have different ones. And when we own them, we're allowing everybody else's to flourish as well.
Yeah, we are in such an uncertain time. Some people are, well, most people are going back to school, whether they're going physically or not. I believe it's important to keep your kids informed about what's going on, but we don't want to scare them. Where are you finding the balance with your family in terms of this informed, educating without, by removing fear at the same time?
Right. Well, fear, I just think that knowledge is power. So we talk about it. They know what's going on. Obviously, their schools stopped back in March. We live in Mount Juliet, so we dealt with the tornado and school ended, so they know what's going on. But I also want them to not live in a posture of fear because generations, thousands of years of people have had to deal with really tough situations and then we emerge from it. But if we allow fear to dictate, it's harder to get that kind of emerge, that moment where we come out and say, look what we've done, look how we've grown.
Yeah, I think, we talked about something, prioritizing your parenting, right? We went from this period for these past couple of months where it seemed like we had all the time in the world, and now we're having to get back onto a normal, dare we say, normal schedule. Where are you prioritizing your parenting these days?
In actually kind of the foundation. I feel like a lot of times people will say right now with the pandemic, it's a pivot. And I want to say it's not really a pivot. It's more like the foundation was removed and we're not pivoting. We're trying to kind of find our footing again. And so for the kids, for our family, it's about stability, routine, celebrating the small, simple things like the sun still rises, the sun still sets. And that kind of celebration of the small gives a great deal of perspective and stability in a world right now that doesn't have it.
Yeah, and I think I would dare say we can't give what we don't possess. And so if we're not putting these things into practice as moms, we're not able to model that or instill that in our kids. But now, again, finding that time, how are you finding time to keep yourself in tune with all these things that you talk about while still pouring into your kids? Because you have quite a few.
I do have quite a few kids, many kids. A blended family of 11 with our blended family. But it's prioritizing it. It'd be very easy to go through the day without taking care of myself. But I give the analogy to moms and to people all over that if your vehicle said that you have 22 miles to go, there's no way you'd think, you know what, I have to drive 52 miles, I'm just going to push it. Because you just know it's going to run out of gas. It's the same for us as parents, is we have to replenish our own hearts, our own spirits in order to keep going. And when we don't, that's that running on empty, that fried feeling where we don't have the balance. So for me, it's actually writing it on the schedule or getting up early or taking a walk and not feeling guilty about those moments.
Yeah, thank you for giving us permission. I think it's, I mean, what I'm hearing is that it's things that we know we should do, we just don't always do, and it's different for everyone, and that's what I'm taking away from today. I hope you are taking away something powerful from Rachel. You can find more of her writing at findingjoy.net. where else can people find you right now, Rachel?
You can find me on Facebook. I have a Finding Joy blog on Facebook, and we have a really powerful community of supporters and people that have your back there.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you for being here. We hope to see you over there, and make sure you pick up a copy of Rachel's book, The Brave Art of Motherhood. I appreciate you being here.
Thank you.
Before I go, I need you to know, don't let anyone think less of you. For most of my life, I've always been younger than my peers. I graduated high school at 16 and college at 20. In fact, by the time I was in grad school, I was teaching students older than me. At the age of 12, I even found a way to fly myself out to LA to be on a TV show. My point is this. I just introduced you to some incredible young people today who are wise beyond their years in many ways. They could never be where they are today if they didn't, first of all, believe in themselves, and second of all, had adults who would encourage them. 1 Timothy 4:12 states, "Don't let anyone think less of you because you are young. Be an example to all believers in what you say, in the way you live, in your love, your faith, and your purity." I believe we're never too young, or too old for that matter, to live out our life's purpose. So I pray today you are both encouraged in your own pursuits and equipped in a new way to be an encouragement to others. Friends, I want to say a special thank you to each guest who helped make this month's episode extra special, and to each of you who have allowed me to speak into your lives. Have a great day. Make sure you make it great, and do not wait to tell someone you love how you feel about them. Bye, friends.